Hey guys, it's the Silver Jewel here, back with more Minecraft and talking about myself, because I don't do that enough. And what I wanted to talk about this time is a little bit about what it is that I watched on YouTube that really helped me out. So I watch a lot of things on YouTube, and one thing that I saw while I was in college, actually, helped me out a lot with coming to terms with the fact that I needed to get professional help. So, I don't know exactly what month it is. I want to say maybe like October or November. I'm not really sure 100%. But 1 month that I was in school for, was like depression awareness week, month, whatever, and that really it's a good thing to have that kind of conversation, and it really helps that there are people out there with depression that are talking about it, and that's something that really struck a chord with me, was that what I have is probably depression, and that there are other people, you know, out there that are faced with depression. And ignore that little ding dong if you heard it. But yeah, depression is, you know, a really real thing, and I didn't really give it the respect it deserves, or myself the respect I deserve, because I didn't really realize that what I was facing wasn't just me being lazy. Because I've been told my whole life, pretty much, that, oh, you're lazy, you sleep so much, you need to get a job, you need to do your homework on time, you need to wake up earlier because you sleep too much. You know, there are all these problems with me that I've always, you know, kind of just been told that I have, and didn't realize that maybe it's not just one problem. It's like the sum of the problems adds up to a bigger problem, and it has a name, and it's not necessarily my fault. Although, I mean, granted, I'm also, like, you know, a teenager. I like sleeping. I like being lazy. I like, you know, being on the computer too much. I like, you know, I'm still a teenager, and I'm still, you know, normal teenagers go through this too, kind of thing, but it's not just me. But some of it was just me, where, you know, there was a reason I wouldn't get out of bed, or there was a reason that I wouldn't do my homework, or I'd procrastinate so much. And, I mean, the procrastination is a little bit different. That's, you know, more along the lines of my anxiety than my depression, and I'll talk about that later, but, because that's not really the point. Anyways, what I'm getting back to is I watched Buzzfeed a lot. I thought it was great that there are these people who are real people doing real things for fun because they like it, and that's their job, and that's what they do. And I mean, sure, it's kind of making a joke out of, like, real newspapers, because they're technically, like, not really a newspaper, but like a modern newspaper kind of thing. They talk about, you know, current events, certainly, but it's mostly just, like, spoof stuff, like, here's what happens when, you know, I blend 7 different foods together that are gross and try to drink it, kind of thing. And that's great, too. Like, I watch all of it, pretty much, mostly because I like YouTube. Like I said, it's kind of my life, and it's an unhealthy obsession a bit, but one thing they do a really good job about is talking about people's problems. You know, they work out of, like, LA or whatever, so it's a lot of different people that either go there for the job, or just are there because they like the draw of the place, or maybe they just, you know, they come from there. I don't know. But one thing that's certainly apparent is there are a lot of different people and a lot of different types of people that live there and that work there. And I think that's awesome. And what they do a really good job about is talking about different people's problems and talking about, you know, important things that aren't really necessarily discussed a lot. So they do things like Black History Month, or, you know, women's rights, gay rights. They talk about, like, LGBT stuff, transgender stuff, you know, all this good stuff that you don't really think about, or maybe you do, I don't know, but it shows that, you know, there are real people out there who are trying to make a difference and sharing all of this information that they, as, you know, a Slato newspaper, kind of can do and have time. Like, that's their job, to research this kind of stuff. And one thing that really helped me was the depression thing. They had people talking about depression, people talking about going to the therapist for the first time, or, you know, like the Try Guys, like Eugene and whatever, like all those guys, they talked about their feelings to a therapist for the first time, which was something that they had never done before in their life. And it was kind of eye-opening to see these people who seem so normal and so with it have problems that talking to a therapist helped them. And they don't even have like super huge mainstream issues. They're not like, you know, struggling transgenders. They're just like normal guys. And to see that they're struggling with something too, even though they seem so normal, it makes me feel a little bit better, because maybe to someone I seem normal. And not necessarily everyone knows just by looking at you what you're going through. And that's both like a blessing and a curse, because it means, I'm not going to go down there. It means they're going to treat you the same way that, you know, normal people are treated, which is great. I don't like, you know, being singled out necessarily because of my depression or my anxiety. But I also, I also don't want to be like ignoring my problems, which, you know, I had for a long time, and I'm kind of done with that. So seeing these people talking about, you know, my pill journey was one of the videos that I watched and liked. And seeing that, you know, just because of my stigma of, like, needing to take medication is weak. It's not weak. It just means your body is not making all of the right happiness things that it needs. You know, it just means that maybe it's okay to ask for help, and that it's okay to, you know, need assistance through medication, and that it's not going to necessarily work the first time. I had to change doses twice, and then change medications once, and I've only been, you know, being helped for not that long. Like, this is a new thing for me. So to see that there are people out there that are dealing with it and, you know, are struggling like I am is refreshing. And it's good to know that I'm not alone, you know? There are so many creepy crawlies, and I'm done. I don't want it. I can't. Oh, fudge. Anyways, it's really, really, really nice and, you know, positive what they're trying to do. And, like I talked about in the last video, watching YouTube and wanting to be like that kind of helpful guidance or source of information, like, that's kind of what I aspire to do here, to help myself and to help others, and, you know, just be doing something positive with my problems, kind of thing, you know? So, I don't know, it's not something that I think is, gonna make a huge difference, but it's making a huge difference for myself, and that's an important part of it, you know? Help yourself before you can help someone else. That's why you put the mask on yourself in the airplane instead of on your kids first. You're supposed to help yourself first, because, you know, what are they gonna do with the mask if you're passed out, you know, after the fact, kind of thing. So, that's kind of where I'm going. And, you know, the Buzzfeed videos and other depression videos, other, you know, this is what I had to cope with videos, this is how I faced this kind of diversity issue, or whatever they're facing, it's inspirational and informational, and it helped me recognize what I had was, you know, a serious thing, and that I could get help, and that it's not something that I should just, you know, put some dirt on it, rub some dirt on it kind of thing. Like, that's what I've always kind of like been like, is, oh, I'm fine. I don't need help. I don't need, you know, to see a doctor for this. Like, if I have a cold, I'm not going to see a doctor. I could be sick for like a week and a half. I'm not going to see a doctor because I think I'm fine. But in reality, if you're sick, go get help, you idiot. Like, what? Like, it's like if you cut your hand on, you know, you got a really bad paper cut, or you sliced your finger with, you know, a knife, whatever, and you're bleeding, and it's very, very obvious that, you know, you are hurt. You need to seek medical attention, or you'll be in, like, you know, a bad time. You might not die, but you'll have a hard time and probably, you know, bum everyone else out that you're getting blood on everything, you know? And, never mind, like, blood-borne diseases kind of thing. But that's something that it's very easy to be like, hey, you need help. Go get the help you want, you stupid idiot. Because you can't deal with, you know, a sliced-off finger by yourself. Mental illness is essentially the same way. You don't realize, like, hey, you need help. Your brain is not sending the right signals to the rest of your body to make you happy or functional or able to focus. There's something wrong with you, you idiot. Go get help for yourself. You know, there's nothing obvious about mental health. There's not something obvious that there's something broken inside of you that needs attention. Whether it's your own attention, whether you can just put a Band-Aid on it kind of thing, or whether it's professional attention, like you need stitches or penicillin or whatever. Like, you don't realize shit, like, you need help, because it's always been where, like, you think you'll be fine because it's not visible, because you're not bleeding all over the place, because you don't have a headache, or maybe you do, because I certainly got headaches with my depression. Maybe that was just me, or maybe it was because I wasn't drinking enough water, you know? It's something that helped me realize that I needed to seek that kind of help that I am now receiving, and that I needed to be receiving a long time ago, but I never did because I wasn't physically bleeding. And, you know, now I know. My mind is, you know, fractured a little bit. It needs to be attended to, and that's what I'm trying to do. But a lot of people just don't realize that, you know, your mind is like, your brain is a muscle. That's something that people, you know, can connect with or understand, and you need to exercise it. You need to, you know, keep it in good shape. You need to practice those, you know, like chemistry facts or whatever you're doing, like, in order to retain things better. Like, you can work your mind. It's a muscle, but that also means that muscle can be hurt. You can pull a muscle, so why can't you pull your brain? Like, that's kind of what I like, how I would like explain that kind of to someone who doesn't understand. It's just, I just have a pulled muscle. My heart hurts. My brain is not connected to everything else. I'm not interacting with the rest of society in the right way because of these, you know, mental instabilities. You know, it just, that's just how it is. And it was really good to, finally understand that that was what was happening with me. And it's good that I had that BuzzFeed video, that month of depression videos that at first I was really hesitant to click on, because I was like, what the hell? Like, I don't want to watch this shit, because it's going to be sad and depressing. Like, I don't want to, like, listen to everyone be upset and suicidal and, not go through life the right way, because that's not who I am. I don't need that. And turns out I did need that. And these skeletons got smarter. And, but now I know I do need that. And it's a good thing, too, because now things are better. I'm gonna die. But, now things are better. And now I know that I need help, and that it's okay to get help. And so now I have help, and things are better. And I'm repeating myself, but it's really important, to me and to anyone else who needs help, that it's okay to ask for help, and it's okay to recognize that you're broken. It's not permanent, People recover from broken bones all the frickin' time. So you will recover. I will recover. It's not permanent. And things will get better. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. I kind of just sat in this house the whole time because I don't want to go outside. And maybe I'll just strip mine or something to make myself better stuff so I can actually do stuff. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I'm not really playing for the game. But thanks for listening. You don't really have to watch these videos anymore. It's mostly just listening to me talk. Thanks for listening, and I hope you have a better understanding about what's going on with me and depression in general and all that good stuff. And I'll see you next time. Bye!